Hi, it's Johnny from Speedy Brick. And while I'm waiting for the Formula One season to start, I've been building the Speed Champions Formula One cars. And I built the McLaren and I built the Red Bull, and today it is Ferrari's turn. I'm really looking forward to this set. I've heard lots of good comments on the web, so I think this is going to be one of the best ones. So I'm looking forward to building this one. Should be quite good. I've got a comparison car, which is strangely enough even my own mock. This is a 1/24th scale, and I haven't put stickers on the wheels, but I do have a design for that as well. So this is my own mock. So we'll do a comparison between the two. But let's have a look inside the box, see if there's anything special about this one, and then let's get building.
So let's see what's in the box. It's quite a nice design, this new Formula One series. I quite like seeing kind of multiple images of the car and seeing the kind of the real car versus the Lego version. But let's see what we get in the kit. It's set 77242. And we've got the plastic bags with our sticker sheet. So quite a few stickers again. Is it 30 stickers? We'll get our instructions. Again, we've got our side-by-side view of the real car versus the Lego version. Again, you can see this height difference in the tyres. It would have been so good if they had made the tyres taller, wouldn't it? But there we go. But don't forget to get your insider points by scanning the QR code here. But let's have a look at the parts, see if there's any special parts coming in, and then let's get building. Just before we get started, let's have a look at what printed elements we get and what new parts there are in this set. So let's start with this new part. So this is the very first time I've seen this. It's a 1x1 curved slope. I could have used this many times in the past, but I think this is pretty cool. So that's new. I'll put the part number in there for that. We've got some printed elements. We've got this 1x2 plate with a line printed on it. We've got a bunch of G-slopes, left and rights, and the nose cone printed. We've got this nice 1x6 element printed on both sides and on the front. We've got this new element, which is a 2x4 curved slope with a 45-degree angle. And we've got printing on the side, left and right. They're the same as all the other sets. And we've got a new design here on these discs. We've got yellow walled tyres this time. We had white with the McLaren, red with the Red Bull, and now we've got yellow, so that's quite nice. We've got a full set now. We're using the same elements for the rear wing and for this front axle, and then we've got a little minifig. And I've got to say, I'm continuously underwhelmed by the design on these minifigs. It's very plain. It's just a very simple design back and front, whereas we could have gone with something like this that we had for Ayrton Senna, from the Icon set, where we get a special helmet and full body and legs. So that would have been much better. Or we could even go back to what we used to get in Speed Champions, where we get leg prints and body prints. That would have been okay. And we could have had a generic helmet. That would have been fine. But this is not good enough, Lego. I think to make these types of sets special, we need to have a really good minifigs as well, or just don't include them because they're not in the same scale as the cars anyway. Okay, that said, let's get on with the build. So that's bags 1 and 2 complete, and we're up to step 33. And so far, really quite different from the first two builds, the Red Bull and the McLaren. There's some similarities, kind of here in the back and in the front, but we're also doing things quite differently, so that's good. there's more difference between these stages than there were between the McLaren and the Red Bull. So maybe there's going to be a lot more change through the series of 10 cars. But this one, so far, I'm really enjoying. It's got lots of interesting building techniques involved and some great use of these printed elements. There's a sticker here as well, of course, and here and on this side. But so far, I'm really enjoying it. So let's get on with bags 3 and 4.
So we've got bags 3 and 4 complete. We're up to stage 56. And I've got to say, this is really, really good. I'm loving this piece here. This shaping is quite different use. It's the same piece, but it's quite different use from the Red Bull. And the fact that we've got printing here on the side is really nice. And as long as you line the stickers up, it works really well. We've got this line flowing through. I like the fact that this is a brick-built line, this yellow bit, and this is a print on the side of a 1x2. And this is printed, obviously, but this is a sticker. So I've got them all lining up, hopefully. I'm quite impressed. It's quite good. I quite like it. What do you guys think so far? I think it's pretty good. So far, I quite like this, the construction. I quite like this use of this element here. And that's quite nice. Everything's been kind of spaced properly. Got their floor in. It's quite nice. I think it's pretty good. I'm not sure if it's better or as good as the Red Bull yet, but let's get on with the rest of the build and see what the outcome is. So that's the car complete. There was 102 steps and 6 bags. And I've got to say, this is really, really nice. There's a lot of things that are kind of exactly the same in the building process. The front end and the back end here, the back wing and the front wing, they're identical in all of the cars. And this process is exactly the same in all of the cars. But there is actually quite a few differences. And it makes it quite a nice process, makes it quite different building them. Now, not everyone's going to build all 10 cars, I get that. Some people are just going to build a few. And for sure, people are going to build the Ferrari and the Red Bull. And both of those cars so far have been excellent. So better than McLaren from a stability. This is solid. I'm not sure why the McLaren was like that. I'll have to go and double check. But overall, I think it was pretty good. There's some gaps in the middle here which are a bit odd. But you know, what do you guys think of this one? Let's do a comparison to the McLaren and the Red Bull, and we'll also do a comparison to my mock. So let's look at the McLaren. We've got some similar pieces being used, which were also printed, these pieces. This bit's quite different. Of course, the front wing and the back wing are identical, and this piece is even exactly the same piece. We've got white tyres here and yellow tyres here, so that's okay. A little bit of difference through here. And I think this construction is really nice. We've got printed elements here, we've got stickers here. Overall, the Ferrari is certainly better than the McLaren, and this certainly worries me. I did have a good look at it to see if I've done anything wrong. I haven't done anything wrong. With this car, you've got these big gaps, just like you do with the Ferrari. So maybe that's just a bit of a design concept. But here you have a really unfinished cabin, and here you've got, even though it's simple, it's a little bit more finished off. You've got the stickers on the top giving a bit more of a top line view, you know, more design in the top than in the McLaren. So I think McLaren it's the bottom of the pile so far. So let's look at the Red Bull. So against the Red Bull, so there's a couple of things with the Red Bull that I really, really liked. And I really like the shaping through here. And this is where Ferrari kind of lets itself down a bit with these big gaps here. So we don't have any of those gaps with the Red Bull. And I think that kind of elevates the Red Bull a little bit. And the shaping here is very, very good on both cars. So there's kind of no difference. I quite like this little element here opposed to that one. But that's kind of 6 of one, half of the other. This whole thing is all the same on all cars. So that's the same. That's all the same. We're just really talking about the middle piece. I think the Ferrari was more interesting to build. There was more stuff going on. There was more concepts being used, kind of design techniques. And this bit in here, which is just sitting in there, being held in place by the doors, is quite clever. But it's not the right shape for the car. Somehow it's not wide enough. So I think that probably could have been a little bit better. And I don't like these gaps through here. So I think the Red Bull is still the better design. But maybe the Ferrari was a better building experience. They were quite different in the way that the stages that they went through as they were built. But let's have a look at this car compared to my mock. Okay, admittedly, this is a much bigger car, and it's 1/24th scale, and I think this is probably 1/27th or 1/30th scale or something like that. I haven't measured it. This is a bigger car. It's got lots of limitations based on the parts available. It was inspired, and there's lots of design elements that are very much the same as the raster sets, the Red Bull and the Alfa Romeo. So there's lots of similarities, but I did make it as different as I could, and I tried to follow the shape of the 2023 car, and the livery is from the 2023 car. So I've just designed it to match as much as I could. So that's it. The colors here are not correct or anything. That's just been done on my Epson printer, so they're not UV protected or anything like that. So they're just normal vinyl stickers that you can print out yourself. Whereas this car has got really good printing on the elements, and the stickers are all color correct. So that's really nice. It's a different car. This is the 2024 car. This is the 2023 car. But there's some things about this that I really prefer. It's very solid, and it's all built all the way through without any kind of funny gaps in it, or where you can see through it, or anything like that. This structure here is almost the same, only I'm using different elements, because these elements didn't exist when I designed this. None of these pieces were available, and of course these pieces weren't available either. That's just come out just now. And this piece here, of course, has only just come out as well. But I really like this Ferrari. I don't think we can really compare them. But what do you guys think? If we look at coming back just to the Ferrari, is this something you're going to add to your collection? What do you guys think? How do you think it compares to the other two? Love to hear your comments. And until next time, bye. Please click to subscribe for more videos, and watch my build and review videos by clicking here. Thank you.